think the person who's inspired me more than anyone else was a very close family friend, the writer Doris. And as is well known, she was a reader of my father's work, and, you know, as I say, a very close family friend. She was always visiting on the weekends, and she'd be, you know, to me as a young child, she'd be a lady in the garden, you know, picking herbs, or in the library sorting books. And as I got older, I started chatting to her, and she told me, I remember one of the first things when I was very small, she said, travel, go on a journey. And she said, travel by land and don't think of coming home until at least 5,000 miles have crossed under your feet. And she meant by that not an airplane voyage, but you know, a trip by land. And she enthused me to travel in Africa. And when I was 18, I went to Kenya and studied in a university there. And she was incredibly supportive and would write me messages all the time in her indescribably bad handwriting, a little almost as bad as mine. And as I started writing, she encouraged me, and she would always say, write for yourself. That is the secret of writing. Don't write because you want praise, or don't write because you want money from a publisher. Write for yourself. Don't do it for anyone else, and to hell with everybody else. The books don't get published, she said, doesn't matter. If the editors hate it, doesn't matter. But do it for yourself. And she said you'll reach a kind of plateau that is, it's almost, I guess, a kind of sacred plateau that almost no writers ever reach, or no creative people ever reach, because they're trying to appeal to the masses. But if you do it for yourself in a kind of inward way, then you're attuned. You're kind of attuned to your work in an extraordinary way, which I know Doris achieved in great measure during her lifetime. I mean, if you look at the huge body of work she left, she did it for herself. All those books, some of them were kind of, you know, they were regarded at the time as wacky or inspirational or whatever. She was experimenting, and she was creating on a grand scale. And gosh, if I could have any legacy, it would be to leave all kinds of work, and to leave the work that I wanted, rather than the work that an agent or an editor or publisher in his big office or her big office would have wanted. I think that would be the greatest epitaph of all.